Well, hello everybody. Bug Eater 64 here, and we're ready for another FS airline flight. Make a little bit of money for our virtual airline. And as you can see, we're going to be flying the Lockheed Electra again, and we're going to be flying from Jacksonville, Florida, back to our home base in upstate South Carolina at Greenville, Spartanburg International. So with that, let's get in the aircraft, and this is going to be an evening flight. So we're going to be leaving about 8 o'clock in the evening, and we'll be getting there by about 10 o'clock. So we're going to be leaving with a little bit of in dusk, and we're going to be landing in the dark. So hope you enjoy the flight. Let's get inside and let's get our ship flying. Okay, welcome aboard everybody. Here we are at Jacksonville, Florida, and we're going to get ready to take our flight back to our home base.
Cecil Ground Air America DuXX Alpha Alpha Delta X-Ray 010 with Kilo request taxi for takeoff departing straight out.
After we get started.
Air America DuXX Alpha Alpha Delta X-Ray 010 taxi 2 and hold short of runway 18 left via taxiway Delta cross runway 18 right. Contact tower on 126.1 when ready.
All right, very good. So anyway, we're going to be heading back to our home base at Greenville, Spartanburg International in upstate South Carolina. And that'll take us about 2 hours after we get into the air. But for right now, let's see about getting our aircraft
taxiing hold short runway 18 left using taxiway Delta
up
cross
to
runway
speed.
18 right Air America DuXX Alpha Alpha Delta X-Ray 010.
Yeah, double check my co-pilot, make sure he takes care of my radios, because right now I had to implement that or instigate that response. Let's get my yoke out of the way. Okay, so fuel's on. All right, parking brake set. It doesn't automatically set the parking brake, so I got to make sure it's done every time. Okay, so we've got our mixtures to full, we've got RPMs to full, boosters on, primer for the left engine, and we can go ahead and start the left engine. And it looks like we've got a good engine start. Purring like a kitten. Okay, so let's go ahead and still got our boosters on. We'll prime the right engine and start it up. Okay, so boosters can come off. Let's look at light in the cockpit so we can see what we're doing here. This is an afternoon flight. The clock is showing about almost a quarter after 7 p.m. Everything's looking good here. Okay, all our lights are on. Fuel's looking good. Over at the far right, you can see that we've got our two mains and our central tank. So we've got plenty of fuel. Parking brake is off. Let's go ahead and get our taxi started here, which is going to be really short. We're supposed to take off at runway 18 left. We'll see how that works. Okay, so our runway is straight ahead. And we've got an aircraft in front of us. Wind socks, yep, we're definitely going to be taking off 18. I don't know what is taking him so long to move. But he is blocking my way to 18 left. Let's double check here with the tower. Make sure everything's set. We'll go ahead and
Cecil Tower Air America XX Alpha Alpha Delta X-Ray 010 at runway 18 left ready for departure, straight out departure.
Air America XX Alpha Alpha Delta X-Ray 010, altimeter tree 0.12 wind 247 at 5. Departing straight out approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 18 left.
Cleared for takeoff runway 18 left Air America XX Alpha Alpha Delta X-Ray 010.
okay, so I've got clearance, but that aircraft is not going to move out of my way. So you know what? It's my flight, my simulator. I'm going to take off runway 18 right. If you're going to just sit there, and I don't feel like going around your butt, that's just the way it's going to be. So, and my ongoing complaint about Microsoft Flight Simulator is the fact it keeps putting stuff in your way unnecessarily. Okay, so we pull forward enough. Tail wheel should be straight behind us. We lock the tail wheel. Flaps are set for takeoff. Start adding power. Double check FSAirlines is ready to go, which it is. And we're moving. Rotate. Here coming up. Propeller RPM at about 23, throttle at about 20, 25. All right for our climb. All systems are dampener. Okay, so we should be. Autopilot is on. The optimal climbing rate for this aircraft, according to the book, is right about 300, 350 feet per minute. But, I'm doing a little bit more than that. We're doing about 400, I believe. To 400 feet a minute. We're only going to 4,500 feet. So we can all wave goodbye to Jacksonville, Florida. Let's speed things up and get there a little quicker. Everything is set, looking pretty good.
Airlines to XX Alpha, Alpha Delta X-ray 010, leading right airspace frequency change approved.
Cecil Tower Air American to XX Alpha Alpha Delta X-ray 010 frequency change. Jacksonville approach Air American to XX Alpha Alpha Delta X-ray 010 is type Lockheed 2 miles south of Cecil, 2,500 feet. Request flight following.
Air American to XX Alpha Alpha Delta X-ray 010 Jacksonville approach.
FSAirlines looks good. And here we are approaching our home airport at Greenville, Spartanburg. It's a beautiful evening. See why I love flying at night. It's just beautiful. Descending into our approach. This is basically we are on our base leg. We'll be making a left turn to go on to final. See the runway over there. And we've got our 10 passengers, and so far they seem to be happy. Haven't really scared any of them. So with that, we're going to start slowing down the aircraft so we can put down our landing gear. Landing gear coming down. Flaps to follow. Like the autopilot isn't really happy with my approach, so okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to take over the aircraft here. Autopilot disengaged. The aircraft is mine. So we'll just go ahead and hand fly it. Which won't be a problem. Our runway right in front of us. Picked up the outer marker.
Air America do XX Alpha Delta X-ray 010 with 177 at 10. Clear to land runway 22.
Clear to land runway 22 Air America do XX Alpha Delta X-ray 010.
Alright. Got our clearance. We will go straight in. Looks like we may have a bit of a crosswind. That won't be an issue. Just try and come in a little bit right of the center line and let it ease over. See how our tail dragger lands this time. we've got white over red. Left just a touch. Full flaps. Let her settle.
Alpha Delta X-ray 010 contact ground on 121.9er.
Going to 121.9er Air American to XX Alpha Delta X-ray 010.
Alright, not a bad landing. Pull off to the left here, get in touch with ground. Let's release. Get it off the runway and get to the parking.
Rear ground Air American to XX Alpha Delta X-ray 010 request taxi to parking.
Air American to XX Alpha Delta X-ray 010 taxi to general aviation parking via taxiway Alpha.
Taxiing to general aviation parking using taxiway Alpha Air American to XX Alpha Delta X-ray 010.
Okay, so out of the way right now, let's try and find the excuse me, my goodness. Get the tail lock release. So far I've set up key bindings on my keyboard, on my HOTAS, and none of them are working to engage and disengage the tail wheel lock. So it appears to be a glitch with this aircraft, but it's a minor one, so next time I'll just have to turn on more lights in the cockpit so that we can get this thing I don't have to hunt in the dark. Okay. And we'll release, lock release. Now we can get over to parking. End our flight and be happy. Alrighty. Flight is complete. And parking brake is on. So we can get the passengers taken care of and call it a day. Till next time. All right, good flight. No real issues. Everything seemed to work pretty good. Still got in Microsoft Flight Simulation, still have some minor issues with tail draggers, not reacting quite the way I'm used to them, whether in the real world or in the simulation, but not bad, not bad. We were able to keep it off the grass and on the runway, and we had a good landing. Our feet per minute descent on touchdown was minus 42, so no complaints there. Anyway, we made a little money for the FSAirlines, and we got the job done. So 10 passengers happy, and we're home with the aircraft, so we can do any needed maintenance and so on right here at home, where it doesn't cost us an arm and a leg. So hope you enjoyed the flight. Had a lot of fun bringing it to you. I love night flying. Just the way the good Earth looks at night around the towns and cities and so on. Gorgeous. Love it. So with that, until next time, this is Bug Eater 64, and as always, remember, safe flying.